Good evening, good evening, good evening. I'm Sheraton and this is my channel showing the ends. I apologise for not broadcasting last night. I was in two minds about about last night's show. And I'm trying a few new things with the channel and everything. Now, tonight I want to talk about the earthquake. I'm not generally particularly keen on talking about either missing persons, humanitarian crimes. I don't really like doing crimes. I don't like reading on when a person has either gone missing or a person has life has been taken. And something like this, which is a humanitarian tragedy on such a huge scale, I'm also very wary of, but for different reasons. I'm a bit of an empath, so that's one of the reasons I don't particularly like doing things like missing persons, or if a crime has been committed and people have gotten hurt. I don't really like doing those things because I can sometimes pick up on the emotions of the person who has been harmed or of the people that have been harmed, or sometimes I'll get a flash or a feeling, and it can be a lot for me to cope with, to be perfectly frank. On this occasion, however, I felt called to read on this. I mean, as I said, it's a humanitarian disaster on an epic scale. It's affected two countries, both Turkey and Syria. I'm not looking so much at Turkey tonight, simply for the fact that in Turkey, they're receiving a lot of aid and a lot of assistance from the international community. They're still finding people alive today, which is a miracle in and of itself. And I thank God for that. I really do. And I'm sure people around the world feel exactly the same way I do in regards to that. I haven't done a reading on this before because it's a horror of such a scale that I didn't feel really ready or able to do it. So, but I'm here today because I'm what's happened in northwestern Syria. Um, they only just started letting aid through. There was a one hub, one road, one part where they were letting aid through. I can't remember the name. It's something like Al-Bab something. I can't remember what it's called. And that's great, but there has been quite a bit of difficulties. Now, from what I understand, I believe it was around 2020. Oh, hello, Brett. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining me tonight. Okay, so please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. Please leave something in the comments because I'm not going to pretend that I'm an expert or I'm highly knowledgeable about the civil war that's been taking place in Syria. I'm not an expert. So if somebody wants to correct me on any point in this video, please feel free to leave a comment. I will respond. I will like your comment for the fact that you were willing to make a comment in the first place, whether it's to criticize me or otherwise. Now, in 2020, I do believe that Russia, which is Vladimir Putin, used his veto power to close down some aid hubs in northwestern Syria. This was done because, due to the civil war and the northwestern part of Syria being mostly rebel held, um, the international aid agencies were helping a lot of people in those agency in that area with food and other resources, because people are really struggling there. So there was only one hub, for want of a better term, one part that was getting the aid was coming through. And Russia, there used to be three parts, and Russia put a stop to two of them, but they managed to keep one going. So this has been the place where the aid has been getting through, and they've been having a lot of problems. Now, I think it was yesterday when President Bashar Al-Assad, he decreed that yes, it was all right for people to send aid through yesterday. I was going to ask the question as to whether he waited too long in order to let the aid through. Logically speaking, and this is without heart, this is without compassion, this is without empathy. Logically speaking, because there is a civil war going on, and that's a disputed territory, therefore his enemies, not his friends, not a friendly region. Logically speaking, not allowing aid through and letting those people go, if you're coming from strictly from a place of logic, with no compassion, with no humanity, with no consideration, logically speaking, that could have been a possibility. I'm sure if it was Vladimir Putin, they probably still wouldn't be able to get in, frankly. However, that kind of thing can backfire in the court of public opinion. So I was going to ask the question, is it going to affect him politically? However, no, understanding that there's been a lot of difficulties trying to get the aid through, I don't really want to take sides. I don't want to say that he did this, he waited so long because that region they're not his allies. I don't want to say that. I don't think I know enough or understand enough about the whole situation to make that call. People have complained and said that President Erdogan of Turkey, has also taken too long to respond to the needs of the southwestern part of Turkey as well. So it's hard to say one way or the other, or I'm not going to jump to the conclusion that that's what's taking place. No, tonight the question I want to ask is, has this earthquake affected the outcome of the war? Is this earthquake going to assist Assad or hinder him in his fighting this civil war. How is it going to affect him? How is it going to, how is it going to affect the outcome of the civil war? Is it going to, will he win in the end or not? Will so many people be so angry about the response, or, the death toll in Syria? Will that turn people who were his allies against him? Will that maybe turn people who were his enemies into allies? What will be the effects of this on him politically, on him winning the war? Those are the questions I want to ask tonight, and that's what I'm going to look at. So, in light of all that, I'm so long-winded. In light of all that, I am going to kind of do my usual thing, really. I'm going to use my Game of Thrones tarot. I'm also going to use, let's see, I'm going to use the Game of Thrones tarot. I'm going to use my archetype cards. And I'm going to go with the Sacred Destiny Oracle as well. In fact, I'm also going to go with the, I don't know, should I use this one? No, I know which one to use. The Oracle of the Seven Energies. That's going to be my final cards. So let's do this tonight. Excuse me, oh, you know me already. I'm not exactly professional, am I? Oops. Crumbs. Okay. Right, let me get this out. Crumbs. Okie dokie dokie doodah. Right now. Ooh. That's a bit better. Righty-ho. Let's do this. Right. Okay. Another thing that I want to have a look at as well. I am open to suggestions on topics to read on, as long as I think I said on my community page, I don't really like doing celebrity readings. I will do topical and political readings. I very much like doing international readings as well. I like doing international readings. So wherever you are in the world, please feel free to ask me to do a reading on your region. Okay. What is the energy around let's see, what is the energy around the outcome for President Al-Assad? What will be the energy surrounding the ending of the war, the civil war in Syria? What will be the energy? Okay, right, let's have a look, see. Okay. Right, okay. The energy. Let's see. I'm going to go with that one there. That one or that one? Oh, actually, that one. Okay, that's one. Okay, and let's see, energy surrounding the ending of the hostilities in the Syrian war. Okay, and what's the energy surrounding the earthquake? Okay, right. Okay. Alright, what's the energy surrounding the earthquake and its effects on the civil war? What's the energy surrounding the earthquakes and its effects, on the civil war? Energy surrounding the earthquakes and its effects on the civil war. Okay, those ones just jumped out and said, here I am. So I'm going to, okay, right then. Okay. Is this earthquake going to speed up the end of the civil war? Will President Bashar Al-Assad of Syria, will he benefit from this? From the ending of the earthquake, or will it hinder him? Spirit, please show me what will be the outcome of the Syrian civil war with the earthquake have an effect on the ending? Will the earthquake have an effect on who the victor will be? How does the earthquake relate to the ending of this civil war? Will it be of benefit or to the president, or will it hurt him? Okay, that's the first card. Okay, how am I doing this? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, how many cards have I got? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You know what? It is what it is. Clearly, I'm going to be doing a long draw on this one. Okay. All right. So I said, what is the energy surrounding the ending of the Syrian civil war? I don't know what this means. Don Juan. Don Juan. The light attribute spotlight your positive, seductive qualities. The shadow attribute is using the power of romantic attraction for private agendas. Okay. So either it's going to be a seduction of some sort, um a charm offensive, or it's going to be I would imagine using political cachet to push forward a hidden agenda. Okay, slave. That's the second card I have here. The light attribute, surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. The shadow attribute, giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. I would say this is about surrender out of fear of continuing. This is all about surrender. There's a surrender. Okay. Well, those two kind of give a clue of how the war may turn out. All right. And the final card, I said, what's the energy around the earthquake as it relates to the Civil War? And I have here mystic. The light attribute revels in intimate union with the divine. The shadow attribute, delusional rapport with the divine. Okay. So far, I think I might be getting a ceasefire. Because it looks like a surrender. And perhaps, I have to be very careful what I say because I don't want it to come across as if I have no compassion or empathy for the people who lost their lives, lost their whole lives, and lost their families. Oh, I'm coming to that. I feel like saying the Holy Spirit, the divine. You know, the fact that this earthquake occurred at the time it did meant that many people who lost their lives were actually asleep at the time. Because it happened so fast and it was so awful, it was so cataclysmic that they not only did they not stand a chance, but many of them Many of them passed from this world whilst they were asleep. Many of them didn't have prolonged suffering in death. So, to me, when I think about that, it makes me feel like on a soul level, not on a material level. We're not talking about the material plane, this world, being a human being. I'm talking about from a spiritual place, from the level of a soul level. The divine just took them. They were just taken. That's for many of them. Unfortunately, not for all of them. Some of them are still under rubble today and haven't been rescued, and they're still alive. And that really, really hurts. That really hurts. That's deeply, deeply upsetting. But there's something here. There's something here with the mystic. When I asked about the energy of the earthquake, there's something here with the mystic, which leads me to believe that purely, not from the human level, purely from a spiritual level, the divine was like, don't worry, I have you. You're with me. You will not suffer. Now, does it mean that those who are suffering, those who are left behind, those who are still trapped, does it mean that God doesn't love them or the Spirit doesn't love them any less? No, it doesn't. It doesn't mean that at all. But there's something here. There's something here about that. And I can't put my finger on it yet. But let's keep going. Okay. I asked, what is the energy to end the war? Or what is the energy to bring about the ending of a war? And the first card I got here was leadership. This is under the Don Juan card, which makes me think that there's something of a charm offensive going on, politically speaking. So those in leadership are going to be using their political cachet, for want of a better term, to bring this civil war to an end. The second card I have here is love. This card's been coming up a lot lately. And it's not because of shuffling. I don't know why, but it seems to be an energetic theme at the moment. Love. Love, and this comes up under slave, the slave card. Surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust, or giving your willpower to an external authority. So this is love and surrender. And under mystic, I don't know if you can see miracles. So there will be some people, there will be many miracles that will take place, that have already taken place, in regard to the energy of the earthquake, as to maybe why it happened. I don't know. I don't know. As I said, I can't put my finger on it. I don't know. But there are miracles that have taken place and will take place. And that is a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing. So, in regards to the energy of what ends the civil war, and is this going to help Assad? First card I have is Devil, the Devil. This was a card that actually jumped out. I didn't look at the card. I just took the card and just put it down and just kept on shuffling until I found the other cards. But this one jumped out. There's a chain here. The Devil card can often mean people being chained to vices, either of the body or vices of the mind. In regards to vices of the mind, it usually means an ideology, an idea, a belief system, a philosophy, um, pride, pride, um, people being chained. Hmm. Okay. This is crossed by the Knight of Spears. The Knight of Spears can be escaping from difficulty. Knights are action cards, so it can be escaping from difficulty. It can be making moves creatively, taking action in a good way, in a bad way. It can be a number of things. I'd say taking positive action. So to me, I see these two cards here and I think this is the cold hard logic who doesn't give two hoots about humanity. This is the opportunist, the opportunistic action, the opportunistic taking advantage of a terrible situation. And that's crossed by taking positive action to escape from a difficult situation. At the base of the reading, this is the Seven of Coins. The Seven of Coins is about assessment, looking over at what you've done or what's happened and making the assessment. Just want to double check that Knight of Spears. Just want to double check that. Yeah. Okay, an unexpected situation, an important event. Swift action. Okay. 7 of coins. 7 of coins. Okay. Perseverance. Stakings, yes. Yes. Okay. This card is about taking stock and doing an assessment, but it's also about time for a change. This is about time for a change. So this is the opportunity. This is the action. This is the assessment of time for a change. In the past, a deal was done, a decision was made to, how can I put this? To people, to entities, to organizations got together and made a decision of how they were going to move forward. Crowning the reading is the 5 of Pentacles. This is loss. Looking at this, I would say that I need to look at the next card. That's what I'd say. Okay, Page of Swords. This is in the immediate future. Pages are messenger cards. So this is about news and a message. The immediate future. Okay, when I looked at that 5 of coins, I thought about the loss. I thought about the loss and the sanctions for the international community. It made me think about the sanctions. Due to this decision, the Lovers, sanctions were brought against the regime. But there's been a loss because of those sanctions. Okay. This is normally a message card. On one hand, it could be possible that the bad news has already happened. The bad news has already happened. But I'm not sure if it's a spy or a leak. I'm going to double check. Let's see. You've got 2 people coming together. You've got the opportunist. You've got the swift action. I don't think it's okay. You have the there's more unexpected news that's going to come out, more upsetting news that's about to come out. I was thinking, is it bad news? But the bad news has already happened. I want to say Okay. Okay. All right. In this case, because I'm trying to be very careful in what I say, there's going to be a sudden change, a message heralding a sudden change. Yep, it's a message heralding a sudden change. I wouldn't say that it's necessarily bad news in the immediate future in regards to this conflict, because the bad news has already happened and the bad news has been going on for the last 12 years. I want to say, and I don't want to say that there's going to be a leak, that someone's going to open their mouth and say something, because I don't want to get anyone into trouble, frankly. I think that there's going to be messaging coming out from, is this from Assad's camp? Yeah, from Assad's side. There'll be messaging coming out from the rebel side, of course, but I think there's going to be messaging coming out from Assad's side too. And the messaging is going to be a charm offensive. It's definitely an opportunity for the president to to win to win something, to win political cachet, and possibly get a surrender. However, in the mind of who? The mind of the rebels. I have the Four of Cups reversed. I'm keeping that card reversed. It's reversed for a very good reason. Now, the Four of Cups usually is, I've always, actually, it's the Four of Coins. So rather than holding on, this is letting go. Why did I see it as cups? I don't know why I saw it as cups. It's not cups. It's the Four of Coins and it's reversed. The Four of Coins upright is usually about holding on. So it can be holding on to money, holding on to material wealth, holding on to things. In this instance, I will say this is about letting go. Yeah, this is about letting go. This is not about holding on. And if someone's going to let something go, it's not going to be the president, I don't think. No, 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 no. This is going to be the people's. This is going to be the people's. Okay. Okay. All right, reversed. It can also mean miserliness, greed. Concerns about poverty. I have a poverty card here, crowning the reading. Okay, trouble letting go. Right, an unbalanced. Okay, there's an issue here with money. The president is worried about money. He's very worried about money, in fact. Very worried indeed. This war and the sanctions have cost them drastically. This war and the sanction has crossed them drastically. There are major problems with finance. It's the desire yeah, 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 it's the desire to, okay, however much they get, what I'm going to say is when the aid's coming through, there's going to be efforts to try to maximize on it financially. The financially, the country's in a mess. And I would say that even though the aid will be coming through, I think they've done some kind of deal with the president that some of the aid will end up going through the regime. I know that's not what the aid agencies wanted, but he's going to use this as a vehicle to get some financial remuneration out of it. This is about money. All I'm seeing is money cards. Hold on. So we've got money at the base of the reading. We've got money crowning the reading. And we've got money on the minds. The environment is one of financial generosity. This is all about money. Maybe this is where I see someone talking, or where I see news or information coming out and it's not fantastic news. Maybe that's what I'm seeing. Oh dear, the furry humbug turns up again. Flipping heck. Okay. The concern is agreeing to a deal, an offer that they don't really want. Yeah, I mean, what I want to say here in this case is that he wanted to get the international assistance. He wanted to get that assistance that was conditional and worked for him. His fear is that the assistance that he gets is not going to work for him as well as he would like. But it will work for him to some degree because there are still 3 cups. Okay, the end card. I asked about how the earthquake affects the civil war. I believe that this is the beginning of the end for that civil war. I believe that that civil war is going to come to an end fairly soon because people can't fight in this situation. There will be offers of support. There'll be offers of support and negotiations, but it's going to be difficult. I don't know, is this a false offer of support? Is this a false knight? and not just an offer, an action. So there'll be assistance. How will this affect? I think this brings the international community are now looking, because the civil war has gone on for such a long time. It's kind of faded into the background, but everyone's now looking and everyone's now asking questions. And there is support there, more support pouring in for the rebels. Thing is, this young person, this person here, okay, this is about emotions. Looking at things from a sad side, there's lots of money. So this is about material gain. But looking at things from the rebel side, there's lots of emotion. Lots of emotion. Okay. There's going to be people coming up who are going to be championing the assistance that's given. But in fact, I think there's going to be two people, one older and one younger. Yeah, it's a beginning, a beginning. I want to say that a new development, a new emotional development is going to come out of this. A new emotional development. The thing is, though, I don't see Assad saying that he's going to. Yeah, this is about legacy. Legacy. I don't know how this is going to work. I do not know how this is going to work. I want to say I'd like to say that there's going to be offers of emotional support. There'll be some good news. There'll be a new beginning. I think that this offers a new beginning. I think that this offers a negotiation. I think that this offers I think being isolated for so long from the international community is making Assad think about his legacy. Loss. This new emotional support or emotional assistance from the side of the rebels, they're going to lose. The money man, the guy holding the purse strings, there's something new happening here. This is new information coming out. This is emotional information coming out. There's a new opportunity to try for peace. It's fishy. This is about money. The legacy that Assad is looking for, the legacy. This legacy is okay. All right. I want to say here, because I have this. This comes under the legacy card. This comes under, yeah. This comes under the legacy card. I see his wife taking a huge role in all of this. I see her putting herself forward as a mother. I see them trying to come across as loving and compassionate. But yeah, I do not see the rebels succeeding. Yeah, I can't keep up with these cards. Yeah. What I do see, however, is after all of this, there will be new opportunities. Assad is going to try to appeal to the international community to lift the sanctions on his country. He's going to try and do a deal with the rebels. And he will be doing that for his own personal reasons. I don't see them fighting. I think that this, it's funny. When I saw the Mystic card come up earlier, when I asked about the energy of the earthquake, and I asked about how the earthquake was going to affect the civil war, the card that came up for that energy was miracles. I strongly believe, and I'm speaking about this not as a human being, this is the message I'm getting. I strongly believe from the divine that this happened to bring about an end to the civil war. I strongly believe that because the cards are showing me that this civil war, that this is going to be, this is the beginning of the end for the civil war. That's what the cards are showing me. Does that mean that the president is going to be, turn over a new leaf and be this wonderful guy who believes in democracy, who, whatever, is a fantastic, wonderful human being, who only acts for the benefit of his people, as if he's some kind of higher being and not a human being like the rest of us. No, it doesn't mean that. But what it means is it's an opportunity for him to bring this to an end. An opportunity I believe he will take. I do see the rebels surrendering. But it will be under terms. They're not just going to surrender just like that. It will be under terms. So they will come to an agreement as to how they end this conflict. It's a tragedy on a huge scale. I think that, Turkey has lost, what is it, 35,000 people, probably so many more, probably closer to, in the whole region, I suspect that it may well be closer to 3 times that number of people who've lost their lives, and it's horrible. It's horrible. But I think that we need to stop fighting with each other and start loving each other. That's what I think. I wish it could be so. All right, let's have a look and see what's in the chat. Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, exactly, Brett. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. That's exactly what I've seen. I say Al-Assad as Don Juan, in the shadow position. The rebels, it comes up as this card, in this card in the light attribute, surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. It's in God's hands. It's in God's hands. It's all in God's hands. And the earthquake, I see that as the divine saying that this has to stop. And the miracle that came with that. And why are the rebels giving up? Why are they surrendering? They're surrendering out of love. This is about love. This is about love. Okay, right then. Oh my gosh, I've gone over an hour. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look and see. Let's have a look and see. All right. So, what will be the outcome of the earthquake? What's the outcome of the earthquake? Have a look, see. Okay, maybe not the earthquake, but this whole disaster. Well, maybe that's too broad. I don't know. All right, let's have a look, see. What's the outcome? Okay, the outcome. All right, one card for the outcome of the earthquake, please. One card for the outcome of the earthquake, please. One card for the outcome of the earthquake, please. Oops. That one has flown out. So I'm going to take it as a jumper and not one that you have to knit. Okay. And one card for how it pertains to the war, for the ending of hostilities. One card for the ending of hostilities, the end of the war. One card for the end of the war. One card for the end of the war. Or better still, I don't know. What does Spirit want me to know? What does Spirit want me to know? Or want to tell us? What does Spirit want to tell us today? There. Okay, let me just widen that one there. Widen that there so I can, right. Try and make sure. That one. It's the same one. Okay. All right, then. Let's have a look, see. The earthquake. The power of purpose. The power of purpose. And what does Spirit want us to know about this conflict? I should have known. Healing the heart. Healing the heart. Okay. The power of purpose, number 18. Right. The key concepts here are individuation, seeing your unique place in the world, a clear sense of authentic purpose, letting go of conditioning, you be you. Okay. There comes a time when you realize that you are destined for something that is yours and yours alone. The catalyst might be an experience with a special person, a path you chose, or something you feel called to do. You'll discover it's not necessarily what you thought it would be and has nothing to do with what everyone else seems to want. An uncanny conviction takes hold from somewhere deep and true. You feel a sense of power rising from a true sense of self accompanied by a need for action, a commitment to explore something, or a purposeful choice. Right now, you are invited to step into a new empowered sense of authentic purpose, bolstered by a healthy dose of self esteem. You are called to release your old conditioning. There is no need to be self conscious or act in a way to please others. Okay, the discipline and will to evolve are yours by nature. This process doesn't have to be a struggle. You cannot fail if you immerse yourself fully in what is in front of you. Right. You never have to seek your purpose or wonder what it is. You know, I think that this is about, in regards to the war, this might not necessarily be the way that the rebels wanted to get peace. This might not be the way that the president wanted to get peace. But cometh the hour, cometh the man. The purpose right now isn't about fighting each other. The purpose right now is about saving what is left. And that's not just the people from Assad's point of view. That's not just the people. Saving what is left. People are never as happy and never as driven as when they feel they have a purpose. And this can be in any sphere of life, whether you're talking about your work, your job, whether you're talking about your family, whether you're talking about studying, whether you're talking about a situation. If you feel you have a purpose, you will be more driven automatically. At this moment in time, the purpose is about saving lives and trying to save what's left. Even though there is an element of opportunism here, that is for the purposes of pride and self. There is a desire for legacy as well. Even with all of that, there is also the opportunity to bring things to an end in a way where people might not, I mean, in a way where people are willing to come to the table and actually negotiate, and maybe something good can come out of something so bad. That is what I'm getting with this card. As for the earthquake, it's on a similar line. This is about healing the heart. Healing the heart. Healing the heart. You know, when I'm seeing cards like love and miracles and healing the heart come up, I don't even think I really need to read about this. So much loss, so much hurt, so much tragedy, so many thousands, tens of thousands of people gone. It makes you recognize and realize how precious life is, how much you love the ones around you, how much you need each other and you need to hold on to each other. That's what this comes down to. That's why there will be a surrender, because people want to hold on to who they have, the little that they have, and they want to rebuild. People are tired. People are tired, but there must be negotiation, and there will be negotiation. And I think that there is definitely the opportunity for miracles here. All right, I don't know if you can see that. Miracles. I mean, can you see it better there? There you go. Hello, 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 Musings by Manifa. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Thank you. Yeah, so I see this as an opportunity for miracles and for healing. And even though there are some aspects to this deal and everything that are a bit fishy, I think love will win out. I really do. I think that there's too many opportunities for miracles here. There's too many opportunities for people to show their humanity and show each other love. And I just hope that with something so awful, something good may come out of it. My other concern, however, is in regards to Turkey. Because, I mean, this, I don't know. I don't know exactly at what the political situation is in Turkey at the moment. I know that there have been some questions about Erdogan maybe not being the most democratic guy. But I'm hoping that and all I can do is hope, you know. I don't know that much about the political situation there, but I really hope that this is an opportunity for something positive to come out of something so awful and so tragic, and that people can come together to make a better future for those who are left. I really, really do. I really do. I really, really, really do. So on that note, I'm going to end this, and I want to say thank you to everyone for joining me tonight. To those who watch me on the replay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Please like, please share, please subscribe. Why do I always wait till the last minute to do the banner? Why do I always wait to the last minute to do the banner? I do not know. Anyway, please like, please share, please subscribe. Please feel free to comment in the comment section. I'm gonna actually start responding to people's comments. You can agree with me, you can criticize me, but for the fact that you've commented, I will like all your messages for sure. And yeah, and I will respond to your messages. And with that, I will say good night. Oh, and if you'd like me to do a personal reading for you, please email me at showintheends@gmail.com for a personal reading. And with that, good night. Right. You're too funny. All right. Good night, everybody. All right. Let me just try and end this.